As I descended into the depths of the unexplored ocean trench, the sense of trepidation gripped me like icy tendrils. The hum of the submersible echoed through the metallic walls, a constant reminder of my confinement. The darkness outside the tiny porthole was absolute, an abyss that seemed to swallow all light. My heart quickened, its rhythm matching the beat of my racing thoughts as I focused on the mission that lay ahead. Rumors of an undiscovered organism had drawn me to this remote corner of the ocean. Tales of a creature lurking in the shadows, waiting to reveal itself to those brave enough to venture into its realm. The tantalizing prospect of making a groundbreaking discovery fueled my determination, overriding any fear that whispered in my mind. The submersible groaned under immense pressure as it crept deeper into the trench. I peered through the viewport, searching for any signs of life amidst the murky gloom. The beam of my light pierced through the darkness, illuminating tiny particles of sediment floating in the water. It was an eerie sight, as if the very depths of the ocean were suspended in a perpetual state of motionlessness. As I continued my descent, the temperature dropped dramatically. The submersible's metal hull creaked and groaned, as if protesting against the immense pressure that threatened to crush it. Each sound was magnified in the claustrophobic confines of my cockpit, amplifying my sense of unease. Suddenly, a faint glimmer caught my eye, flickering in and out of view like a distant star. My heart skipped a beat as I focused the flashlight on the source. There, in the distance, a strange luminescent creature floated gracefully through the water. Its body radiated an ethereal blue glow, casting an otherworldly light upon its surroundings. Mesmerized by its beauty, I couldn't help but marvel at the unknown wonders that lay hidden beneath the surface. But as I continued to observe the luminescent creature, a foreboding feeling settled in the pit of my stomach. There was something unsettling about its movements, a grace that surpassed anything I had ever seen before. It glided effortlessly through the water, its body fluid and sinuous, as if defying the laws of nature. As I ventured closer, the submersible's floodlights illuminated the creature in greater detail. Its translucent skin revealed an intricate network of pulsating veins, each one throbbing with an otherworldly hue. Its eyes, if you could call them that, were deep pools of darkness, void of any discernible emotion or intention. It resembled some sort of enormous cephalopod, something like a glowing squid or amoeba with extremely alien-like movements and long appendages. Captivated by both awe and unease, I reached for my camera, desperate to capture this remarkable discovery. But as I raised it to take a photograph, the creature abruptly shifted its gaze towards me. Its dark eyes bore into mine, freezing me in place. Time seemed to slow as an overwhelming sense of dread washed over me. The luminescent creature's body began to contort and twist, its once graceful movements turning into violent convulsions. A surge of terror gripped my heart, my body paralyzed by the sheer intensity emanating from those empty eyes. The creature's veins pulsated with an intensity that matched the rapid pounding of my own heart. Without warning, the creature shot towards the submersible, slamming itself against the reinforced glass of the viewport. My breath caught in my throat as I watched in horror as cracks spiderwebbed across the surface. The pressure outside seemed to push against me, threatening to shatter the thin barrier between life and imminent death. Frantically, I maneuvered the submersible away from the creature's assault, desperately trying to put distance between us. But no matter how fast I went or how far I traveled, it remained relentless in its pursuit. It was as if it possessed a supernatural understanding of my every move. The room grew suffocatingly hot, making the air thick and heavy, suffusing my lungs with a burning sensation. Sweat trickled down my forehead, mingling with the fear that coated every inch of my body. Panic gnawed at my mind, threatening to consume me whole. As the luminescent creature continued its relentless pursuit, its body underwent a grotesque transformation. It elongated, stretching and contorting in unimaginable ways. The once ethereal glow turned into a malevolent red, casting an eerie crimson light that bathed the entire submersible in an unholy aura. With each passing moment, the pressure intensified, squeezing the submersible like a vice. The cracks in the viewport expanded, threatening to implode under the immense weight. I could hear the agonizing sounds of metal groaning in protest, as if pleading for mercy. In a desperate bid for survival, I activated the emergency thrusters, propelling the submersible upwards towards the surface. The luminescent creature, now in its grotesque form, clung to the hull, its claws scraping against the metal. Its malevolent red glow filled the cockpit, casting twisted shadows that danced in macabre harmony. I wrestled with the controls, my hands slick with sweat and trembling with fear. The submersible fought against the oppressive pressure of the depths, straining under the weight of impending doom. The cracks in the viewport multiplied, spidering across the glass like a web of imminent destruction. As I ascended, a cacophony of grinding metal and agonized screeches enveloped me. The creature's relentless assault intensified, its claws tearing into the fragile structure of the submersible. I could feel its presence, seething with an insatiable hunger for my demise. I looked up through the porthole, without a single sign of light from the surface touching the depths I was immersed in. What kind of horrors crawl the abyss?